It's the 30th of September. I'm Jerusha Sukhdea Rath, and here are today's news headlines. The EFF prepare to march ahead of Julius Malema's court appearance. Turkey considers joining the anti-ISIS coalition and reports peg Jake White as a favourite for the head of Marty's Rugby. Members of the Economic Freedom Fighters will march ahead of leader Julius Malema's court appearance. That's all happening in the Polokwane Magistrates Court today. Now, roads in Polokwane have been closed in anticipation of hundreds of EFF members who are expected to march to the SAPS parking lot in the area. Malema faces charges of fraud, corruption, money laundering and racketeering. It's alleged that he made nearly 4 million rand from corrupt activities. He's out on 10,000 rand bail, and his 4 co-accused, who are his business associates, are out on bail of 40,000 rand each. The state alleges that the 5 misrepresented themselves to the Limpopo Roads and Transport Department, leading to a 52 million rand contract being awarded. If Malema were convicted, he would lose his seat in Parliament. NATO member Turkey yesterday deployed tanks to reinforce its side of the border. The country confirmed that Parliament would this week debate joining the international coalition against the jihadists operating on the country's doorstep. This comes as Islamic State fighters have closed in to within a few kilometers of a key Kurdish town on Syria's border with Turkey. Turkey had initially refused to join the coalition, but after dozens of its citizens, including diplomats and children, were held by ISIS after being abducted in Iraq, the Turkish president said the country's position had changed, and this signals a more robust stance towards ISIS from Turkey. The US launched airstrikes against ISIS in Syria a week ago, and reports suggest that so far 211 ISIS jihadists and 22 civilians were killed in Syria. And finally, all eyes are on now former Sharks director of rugby Jake White after he announced his decision to leave the Sharks after just 1 season in charge. Die Burger reported an opening as head of rugby for Marty's for White, saying that he could be ideal to fill the role. Now, according to the report, rumours have linked White to the position. White led the Sharks to the semi-finals of the Super Rugby competition earlier. He announced his resignation from the club, saying, "I'm closing this chapter in my life as I believe it is the right time to do so. I want to thank and acknowledge the Sharks for my time spent with the team." Clashes were reported between White and Sharks management as well as players, but the club simply said via a statement that the time is right for Jake to free himself up for any international coaching and consulting opportunities ahead of the tournament in England. For these stories and more, stay tuned to News 24 Live, follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.